Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I can't stop joking. I seriously. Yeah, I stop joking. Oh my god. What the fuck? Hold on. It's gonna clear up, I swear. Jesus Christ. Okay, it's actually starting to feel better now. If you're gonna be an asshole, you're gonna be treated like an asshole. You're gonna be shown the door. Ziggy Piggy's back! Popplecock! 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 Yo, Popplecock!
It's not exactly clear whether they even truly exist or could be shown to
The
in the
homosexuals are
physical
evil
universe.
people who are all passing around AIDS.
If they do, if one day physics finds a use for them, that's great. But if not, that's great too. That would mean that we have, with this brain, a tiny thing, a septillion times smaller than the tiny planet it lives on. Discovered something true.
Say goodbye.
If they do, if one day physics finds a use for them, that's great. But if not, that's great too.
They said, Phil, you know, we contribute to you, but it always seems like it's a black hole. Because it always seems like no matter how much we contribute, you're always still having problems. You're always still in debt and nothing's getting better. I agree with you. you have factual evidence of something constantly thrown in front of your face and you ignore it and choose to believe something else, you're an idiot. La 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 la. There you go. Here, listen to my beautiful singing voice. La 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 la. were soulmates. The Ziggy Piggy's back!
Darksea Devil. Is that how you say it? Darksea Devil? There's a Darksea Devil. Or Darksea Devil.
Hi, my name is. What? My name is. Who? My name is.
Darksea Devil.
Hi, my name is. What? My name is. Who? My name is. Oh, continue.
Darksea.
Good morning, everyone, Fuck you and welcome from to the show. Fuck DSP, and you. welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. We're busy having fun down here on Level 1. Today is Sunday, the 16th of October, 2022. Today is a horrible day on the internet. A lot of crappy stuff going on. Not gonna lie, some of the stuff we're gonna discuss right here on the podcast today, kind of messed up. Some of the stuff going on. It's weird coming off of a React marathon yesterday, where the whole point was to kind of get scared at all kinds of stuff, right?
Can someone please
We're
shut
looking
up
at,
this dude?
you know,
being a
European
moron?
legends. We were looking at all kinds, like, seriously, like way over the top stuff with you know, real life stories of mistreatment and murder and all kinds of shit. And of course, the whole point was to get scared, right? That was like the whole point of the entire event, was to do that. You know, and then all of a sudden, today, there's a lot of bad news. Like, what the hell is going on? We'll talk about this on the show. Now, I want to let everyone know, today, I'm only doing one stream, Okay, only one stream, and just so you know, it's going to be the Evil Within is the game content of today's stream. Usually I do double streams, as you know, but I absolutely need to take the time today,
Hint, hint, hint.
to basically
I don't care.
make these private videos for patrons. I have a few patrons who pledge to my channel, or my Patreon every month. It's patreon.com/darksidephil. And they request, various things, react videos, Q&A videos. I have to do it. I was going to do it earlier this week. And I didn't have time. I had to basically stream more than I expected I had to because of some messed up stuff with Overwatch 2 not working, having some bust streams because of it. So now I have to do it. I have to do it tonight. All right, I'm going to take the time to do it, film those videos. So no late stream tonight. And normally, you would do Sunday night bites, fishing. Last week, normally I would have done it, but we were doing Street Fighter 6. All this various different stuff going on, right? So all that being said, only one stream today. I hope that those of you that are here will enjoy and attend and support if you can, being that there's only one stream. And thank you to those who are here chilling with me today. I understand it's not new release stuff today, all right? And we are going to get back to new release stuff. I started scoring a couple days ago. I like the game, although it's very different than what a lot of people were expecting.
I need
I
that
want to
money.
keep going
I really
with
do.
it.
I need
okay?
that money. to pay my bills.
And I will keep going with it later on this week. I'll explain in a moment when we get to the schedule. So, yeah, if you can, please hang out with me today as we get into the end game of Evil Within. We're approaching the end. I don't think we're beating the game today. I was looking at how far I am into the game as opposed to my original playthrough 8 years ago. And it looks like about 8 years ago, all right, I was at a point where, how can I say, I think it was about 5 hours left from the point where I am in the game now to when I beat the game, okay? Now, looking at my current playthrough of 2022 versus the original in 2014, I actually am doing better in this playthrough than I did in my original. In my original, there were parts that I got really stuck at and I died a lot. That graveyard with the two giant troll guys, I died a ton to that in the original game. But this time around, playing, I remembered, there's going to be two troll guys in this graveyard. Run and see if I can get to cover. And I beat him on the first shot. So there was a lot of saved time in this playthrough. Kind of remembering how to take on the bosses as well was a big thing. Like the sister boss, the long black hair ghost with the multiple arms, cannot be killed, but you need to know that she's a puzzle boss, basically. You have to hit her a certain amount of times to keep stunning her. And then you can escape or beat the boss in whatever way that he expects you to do. So I'm doing much better. I definitely remember the end of the game, all right, being a crazy gauntlet of enemies that's really annoying. Like, if you remember that one part of the game where we were fighting a bunch of snipers, and I was like, dude, this is nothing like what you would expect in the game. It's just a bunch of annoying snipers. It's not horror.
Live with the
it's
consequences.
just annoying third-person shooter gameplay. It's some of the strongest stuff that I criticized when I first played it 8 years ago. So I remember a lot of that's coming up. Like, the end of the game is like gauntlet after gauntlet, and quite a lot of annoyance to get to the final parts. I think the final part is a crazy finale that was like a mind-screwing finale, if I remember correctly. So the thing is, if I do absolutely flawlessly, and I get through the game and I never see any difficulty, and I turbo through it, then likely I'll beat it today. I don't foresee that happening. I foresee myself having some difficulties, being annoyed by some of this kind of end game challenge. And essentially what I think will happen is we're going to get far today but not beat it. And so tomorrow we'll play it again and finish it. And if I finish early, then we'll probably just do some Q&A. It'll really depend on how much time is left. If I end up finishing really early, right, then maybe I would actually maybe try to swap over and do something else. Maybe some Overwatch 2. That'll work. But I'm just saying, trying to switch over to something that's not a narrative investment or anything. We'll see. But the plan today is to get as far in Overwatch 2 as I possibly can. Okay? We'll see what happens. All right? I said Overwatch 2. To get as far in the Evil Within 1 as I possibly can. That's what I meant to say. Sorry about that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. and go from there. And then tomorrow will be the finale. So that from then on, after I finish Evil Within, every day we're going to have new release content moving forward. All right. So allow me to kind of explain the schedule roughly so you guys know what to expect. So right now, the Level 1 podcast with some disturbing news and stuff from the internet. And then tomorrow, it'll be the Evil Within. Today, the Evil Within, and no light stream today because, like I said, I got to film the Patreon videos. Tomorrow, it'll be the Evil Within on the first stream, the conclusion, and then the late stream tomorrow night will be what would have been Sunday Night Bites, okay? But it's going to be Monday Night Bites this week. We're going to do it on a Monday night instead of a Sunday night, okay? Then on Tuesday, it's a new game premiere. It is a Plague Tale Requiem, the sequel to a Plague Tale Innocence from several years ago. Great game. Absolutely loved the original. I was blown away by how good it was because it wasn't by a very large, well-known studio. So I'm excited to see what this is going to be like, if it'll be more of the same, if it'll advance upon the formula. I'm also curious. It's a Game Pass game. So I'm curious, will it be a full-fledged, full-length style game? The first one was pretty lengthy. It certainly wasn't like a 30-hour experience, but for what it was a really great ride. And I'm wondering if this game's going to be more of the same or if maybe they've upped their ante to make it more of a full-fledged, longer game. I don't know. But that's going to start on Tuesday. Tuesday night will be Scorn. So actually on Tuesday, it's all new games. It's, Plague Tale on the first stream and Scorn on the late stream. Okay? Then on Wednesday, which is my final consecutive streaming day of the week, it'll be more Plague Tale on the first stream. I feel like I got a burp. It'll be more Plague Tale on the first stream. And then either more Scorn on the late stream, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to beat it. People are saying Scorn takes about 5 to 6 hours to beat. I'm 3 hours in, but I don't know if I made good pacing or not, or if I did die a couple times, and I'm wondering if that means that I'm kind of behind on the time to beat estimation. Or maybe Wednesday night we'll do a chill stream. We'll do Disney Dreamlight Valley. I'm not sure. Okay. We'll see. We'll talk about that obviously over the course of the week and see what you guys want for Wednesday night. I'm not here Thursday. Thursday will be my day off from streaming. When I return on Friday, it's another new release. But the question is, what is it? Because I don't know what the game's going to be. It's either going to be the new Mario plus Rabbids, or it's going to be Gotham Knights. And I'm going to leave the choice kind of up to you. I'm trying to gauge your feedback over the course of this week for what exactly it is that I should do this coming Friday. I can't do both because if I'm balancing Plague Tale, all right, it's with the conclusion of Scorn, and now one new game, and I only have a week, and I should emphasize this. I only have a week to kind of focus in on those games.
What do I
because
do?
a week after that, there's 2 more new releases. There's the Resident Evil 8 DLC that's going to have a story-based expansion plus multiplayer. And then there's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which of course is going to have a campaign plus multiplayer. You see? So with all of that, I'm in a situation where I don't know what to do. I don't know what to play. And we've already talked about this over the course of the last couple days, that there's pros and cons to either game. Mario plus Rabbids likely might end up being the overall better game quality-wise, but because of its slow pacing and the way that the game plays out, perhaps we're in a situation where this is not a game that's great for streaming.
What do I do?
In case in point, if you go back in time a few years ago, when I played the original, I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago, it did not do well on stream. Most people were like, wow, this game is too slow-paced, it's not interesting to watch. Maybe fun to play, but not fun to watch. What ended up happening was I had a really small viewer base for that game, and the only reason that it actually succeeded as a playthrough is because there was a small handful of people who came out for those streams and supported that game.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money.
They liked that game and said, I will support it if you keep playing it. So that was obviously very nice of them. But now I'm in a situation where there's no guarantee that's going to happen again. Okay, right? So, I don't know. In addition, if you look at the flip side of that, Gotham Knights is a game that everyone's kind of reporting is not that good. Apparently, it was a game that was designed more for co-op combat rather than solo. A lot of people were hoping for a follow-up to the Arkham series, and it looks like that's not what it is. It's now been reported it's only going to be at 30 frames per second. It's frozen at 30 frames, even though it's going to be on current-gen consoles. They even canceled the last-gen versions. They canceled Xbox One and PS4 versions, so everyone's expecting this game's going to run smoothly. No, it runs at 30 frames per second. So a lot of criticisms for this game, and a lot of people wondering if it's going to be a good game. It might be a game that's so bad, it's good to laugh at. You never know with these kind of games, right? And the thing is, at least from judging, from what people have been saying here on my streams, it seems like more people might want to see Gotham Knights than Mario plus Rabbids. Even though it may be the inferior game, it seems like it's a game that may hold more of an audience. I think more people in my viewing base care more about Batman and the lore, that thing than anything. I don't know. It's a tough decision. And by the way, I just want to say, no matter what I end up choosing, I might still play the other game anyway. It's not a matter of, I have to choose between the two, and one I'm for sure playing, and the other thing is just getting dumped and will never be played. That's definitely not the case. Okay? I don't want people to freak out about it and be like, oh no, this means that Phil will not be playing anything now. Well, that's not the case, actually. But, yeah, it does need to be said that, we're in a situation where I just definitely cannot play them both at once. I just can't. There's not going to be enough time. So let me know. We basically have 4 days left today and 3 more streaming days this week to talk about it on the streams.
$16.
I'm going to try to gauge your feedback. And then starting this Friday, I start playing basically whatever it is that you guys tell me you want to see more. All right? Friday night is the season finale of Friday Night Fights. What that means is that I'm going to actually put my late night, once a week old school fighting game streams on a hiatus. And there's really 2 reasons for this. The first and primary reason is because we're about to head into a an absolute crazy amount of game releases. There is going to be literally release after release after release after release. It's going to be like non-stop game releases, okay? And with all those coming out, I'm likely going to need to take those late night streams that I've been doing all along. Things such as, for example, Friday Night Fights, or Sunday Night Bites, or Disney Dreamlight Valley. And I'm going to have to reduce the amount, if not cut them out of the schedule. When you're playing 3 to 4 new games at once and you're juggling them all, you need the night streams.
Today's been incredibly slow.
What it is, we've had a very long summer where there was not a lot of new stuff going on. Let's be honest about this, okay? We're in the middle of a summertime here where things were very slow.
Do you want to
all right? And with things being very slow, the way that they were, there was tons of time for downtime. So I started running multiple late night chill streams and projects. Again, Disney Dreamlight Valley, a game that I only played because we had time for because there was nothing else going on, and ended up being pretty good and actually, in my opinion, better than Animal Crossing a couple years ago. Sunday Night Bites, an idea that we had when we were looking for something for downtime. Hey, why don't you try fishing? Because you tried fishing in other video games. Why not just try an actual fishing dedicated game? And I did, and people loved it, right? So these are projects that are nice to do, but essentially they're supposed to be projects that fill downtime. That's the point of them, you see? Now we're literally going to be heading into such a busy time of the year for game releases, there will not be time for downtime. There won't be downtime at all. All right? It's going to be the opposite. It's going to be busy constantly. All right? So, this Friday will be the last hurrah for Friday Night Fights for now. But the other reason that Friday Night Fights is going on a hiatus is very simple. The Capcom Fighting Collection at this point is all but dead. Like, when you play it, you cannot find consistent connections. You just can't. You cannot find regular opponents anymore. I sit around waiting. I'm talking with you guys for like 5 to 10 minutes at a time, half the time. You know what I mean? And that's not good. When you're trying to run a stream